So, this video is about some weird things that have bothered me in Warrior Cats book series for some time. Let's get straight to the point, okay? Can someone please tell me why Longtail is one of the elders in S2 Book 1? Mousefur is at that point still a warrior, and both of these characters became warriors around the same time, and I can actually prove that. Mousefur is not called an old warrior at the start of S2. So she's not even an old warrior, yet at the same time Longtail is already a week-old elder. The weirdest thing here is the fact that according to the logic based on the events in S1, when a cat gets a title old, that cat is still going to be a warrior for the next 5-6 books. I mean, when Blue Star was first introduced, she was called an old she-cat, yet she stayed as a clan leader for the next 5 books till she died. Another example of this is White Storm. When White Storm was first introduced, he was called an old warrior, and he was a warrior even longer than Blue Star, almost 6 books, till he was killed at the end of book 6. This example really takes the cake and can't be denied, because of course someone could argue that she-cats are able to be warriors longer than tabby toms, but this argument doesn't work against my White Storm argument. And the funniest thing of all here is that Longtail wasn't even called an old warrior at the end of S1 Book 6, which means that during the period of S1 Book 6 and S2 Book 1 Longtail turned from a not old cat to an elder. Now, I know what you're thinking. This time period is long enough so that Longtail could age that much. Nonsense. There's no way that that time period is as long as the entire S1. Why do I think so? Because Firestar is not called old at the start of S2, and if we go by the logic, he's been a warrior for 11 books at that point. So, Longtail became an elder after 12 books, or let's say 13 books, because he had been a warrior for a couple of months at the start of S1. And I'd say these couple of months is a time period of 1 book. And just like with my example of White Storm, a tabby tom is going to have a title of an old warrior for 6 books before he becomes an elder. So, it must be so that Longtail became an old warrior at the end of S1, right? Only this way the book's logic stays consistent. This means that when a tabby tom becomes a warrior, he's going to be a not old warrior for 7 books before he becomes an old warrior. According to that logic, Firestar should become an elder at the start of S2 Book 3. But at that point he's not even called an old leader. He's actually a quite fresh father at that point. So, the only conclusion I can arrive at is that the author made a mistake when he wrote Longtail to be an elder at the start of S2. So, let's look at some other weird things in Warrior Cats. How the hell did Tiger Star die, losing all 9 lives? From one hit by Scourge, while a weaker and less greater cat Firestar could kill a Scourge losing only 1 life. Now, you could say that Firestar is smarter and some bullshit like that, but I don't think so. Tiger Star was touted as one of the most amazing warriors in the forest. It makes no sense that Firestar would have an endurance 9 times that of Tiger Star. An even stranger thing is the fact that Cloudtail could hold his own against Scourge while Firestar was coming to his senses after losing his first life. Let's think this through, okay? Scourge killed Tiger Star, the most amazing warrior in the forest, taking all his lives away in few seconds with 1 slash, while Cloudtail held his own for few minutes, getting only a few scratches. Like, how in the hell couldn't Scourge knock that little mosquito out in a microsecond with 1 hand tied behind his back? That I don't get. But strange things in that final battle don't end here. How did Lion Clan beat Blood Clan? Please, someone, explain that to me. The whole Blood Clan consisted of at the very least 30 cats, because it was said that there were more Blood Clan cats than there were ever cats in the gathering. And in every gathering I'd say 6-7 cats attends from every clan. So, according to my calculations, the 4 clans had a combined amount of 60 cats that could fight. 1/3 of these are apprentices. That would be 60 Lion Clan cats versus 30 Blood Clan cats. An easy victory for Lion Clan, right? Wrong. A lot of Lion Clan warriors were in a very bad condition after the fight in Wind Clan territory a few days before the final fight, especially the Wind Clan cats were beat almost to death. That'd mean that there were only 40 cats in a good fighting condition, of which 33% are apprentices, so 26 warriors. 26 warriors in good health and 14 apprentices versus 30 terrifying huge Blood Clan cats with special sharp claw and chancers. Also, Blood Clan cats had all teeth of dogs around their necks, so it's a common thing for these cats to slay some dogs, while Thunder Clan cats ram tail between their legs when a few dogs attacked their clan. The only way they could beat the dogs was by tricking them off of a cliff to death. They were absolutely powerless against these dogs. Now, some of you might be thinking, the Lion Clan leaders all have 9 lives, so they have a huge advantage against Blood Clan. Not at all. Those 9 lives are meaningless when one enchanted claw slash can take them all away, especially from one of the greatest clan leaders in the forest. But okay, let's say that Lion Clan has a small advantage because they know the terrain better and because they have more will to fight and protect their territory. Okay, fair points. But even with those things at their side, no one can arrive at any other conclusion than that if by some miracle Lion Clan won this fight, one could count the survivors with 2 hands. But what was the canon result? Well, Thunder Clan lost only 1 warrior, yet just 1 warrior. And who was this warrior? Well, I can tell you that it wasn't one of the mosquito apprentices, and especially not the apprentice who lost one of her eyes. No, the only loss was the strong veteran warrior White Storm, and the only reason he even died was so that Gray Stripe could become the next deputy. That's right, the little mosquitoes survived with a couple of scratches while White Storm died. Still, if I remember correctly, the other clans had bigger losses, but hardly that much more, because there was never any mention of the other clans being any smaller in later books. So, basically 30 huge cats stronger than dogs lose to 26 warriors, 14 mosquitoes and 20 badly damaged warriors. I mean, has any one of you seen the YouTube video where something like 30 hornets fight against 30,000 bees? That battle ended like 30 attack helicopters against 30,000 cavemen with sticks and stones. A complete obliteration. That's how it should have ended, Blood Clan being victorious. So, while we're still talking about the final fight, I can't help but mention the funniest part in it. When White Storm was dying, Firestar and White Storm started a sad final conversation which lasted like a minute. After that, Firestar pushed his muzzle against White Storm's fur as a goodbye. Then Gray Stripe came along and both Firestar and him started a long conversation how Gray Stripe should be a new deputy. Then, Firestar stands up and starts a formal speech of Gray Stripe becoming the next deputy, and when this long ceremony is over, Sandstorm and Dustfur come along and congratulate Gray Stripe. After that, Gray Stripe stares at Firestar for a long period and asks if he's really serious, and Firestar is like, of course I am. So, these characters were fucking around like this for 5 minutes while their allies were dying in the background. Like really? The part when Firestar stood up and started the naming ritual, I wanted to throw the book in campfire. So, that's all I kinda wanted to say. There are many little annoyances and weird things in this book series, but those were the ones that I really had to talk about just now. I'll end this video by focusing on just one more little annoyance. When Graypaw and Rusty first met and Graypaw said something like, "I guess you'll never understand, you don't have warrior blood in your veins, you can never feel the same way." And Rusty answered by saying something like, "That's not true." After that it was written in the book, Graypaw didn't answer. Really? Wow. Why the hell did it have to be mentioned what the character didn't do? Hunter could have just as well written there. Graypaw didn't have his eyes open, Graypaw doesn't have gray eyes, Graypaw's not a dog, you get my point. There's no point in mentioning something you don't do because there are a lot of things these characters don't do in every moment. Please, just mention things you actually do.